Oh my goodness, guys. Like, I'm sorry if this one takes forever to upload. Dealing with this space on my phone is ridiculous right now. I really need to get some stuff off my phone, so I keep losing the videos that I'm doing, and nobody is more frustrated than me trying to do these videos. So I really apologize that this one's later than what it was supposed to be, because I just had to redo it. Now I'm redoing it. The second topic we are discussing is the new movie that they're going to be doing about Elvis. I'm excited to learn about it. Right now they're doing auditions for the Elvis actors. Of course, there's probably going to be more than one. They're probably going to need a couple to play 50s, 60s, and 70s Elvis, or they may use one for 50s and 60s, and then they're going to have little Elvises too. So, Tom Hanks has let the cat out of the bag about the movie. He is going to play Tom Parker. So this should be really fun. Tom playing Tom. And Tom Parker is a character in himself. So I can't wait to see how Tom Hanks is going to handle this. As Tom Parker is what some people like to call a true carny. He came from a freaking carnival. Just a mean looking man all the time. Looked angry, was angry. Always had a cigar in his mouth. Kind of reminds me of the, was it the character that hunts rabbits on Bugs Bunny? That's what he kind of reminds me of. But, I know a lot of people have their feelings about Tom, and I do agree with you guys on a lot of it. He did lie and deceive Elvis, his parents. Gladys was, worried about Elvis with Tom, did not trust Tom. She had every right to be. She was completely 100% right. He was not turned out to not be a U.S. citizen. Many say that's why he wouldn't let Elvis tour out of the U.S. like Elvis wanted to badly. But then also, Sonny West had said that Tom came to him and said that the reason actually was, well, he didn't even, nobody knew at the time that he wasn't a U.S. citizen. So he said that the reason was that Elvis could not get away with the drugs and the guns that he had. Now, if he's taken his own jet, I would think that the guns wouldn't be a problem, as they never had been in the U.S. And the pills, I don't really see how anybody would know that he was taking pills unless he was doing it in front of people. So I'm not really sure how that would be a problem, but maybe it could. I just don't know. I don't know myself how it would be. And the other issues we have with him is that he completely overworked Elvis, especially in Las Vegas, for what, the 5 or 6 years he did Las Vegas straight. Elvis worked 2 shows a day, every day, for a month straight, with like a day or a couple days in between that were apart. So he would go like weeks on end doing a show 2 nights a week and then get a break. So he was worked like that for 5 years. He would have to take medication to stay up. He did a dinner show and a 2 o'clock in the morning show. So I can understand where he's coming from, taking medication to need to stay up. And I also know where he's coming from, taking medication to go to sleep, because he has, like me, sleep insomnia. He couldn't sleep. I can't sleep at night. Like, it's after 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up doing videos, because I actually did sleep the night before, and I slept till 2 o'clock yesterday. So now I'm up again during the freaking night. I finally got a good night's sleep, but because I slept too long the next day, I am up again. So I understand why he needed medication to go to sleep. I personally don't take it myself, because I won't wake up in time to take my kids to school. But Elvis did, you know, he would take medication to get up and medication to go to sleep and then have to get up again. So I kind of see where he came from doing that, working so much. And it said that Tom pretty much sold his contract away because of his gambling addiction. And let me give you an example of his gambling addiction. There was a recording that I listened to of Elvis just on stage. And Elvis is out there, and I felt so bad when I heard this. Elvis is out there announcing everybody in the audience, celebrity-wise, that he knew that was a friend, or anybody career-wise that has helped him get to where he was. Thanking them, acknowledging them. And when he got to Tom Parker, it was either Charlie or somebody else who said, oh, well, Tom's not here, he's this place. And you can hear Elvis say, oh, don't lie to me. I know where he's at. He's out there playing Russian roulette right now, out in the casino somewhere. And instead of being in there that one night, when here's this man that's too scared to walk away from this guy, thinking he's the reason for all his success, not having any faith in himself, not knowing that he could do it without Tom, that he was famous before he met Tom, that Tom was lucky and found him, not the other way around. And he's out there trying to give thanks to this man. This man's not even in the damn audience for the 1 or 2 hour show that he's doing. I felt so bad. He was out there gambling away. And so one reason Tom kept him on there is we all know Tom took 50% of everything that Elvis made. So him having him in Vegas, it was a for sure gig. He didn't have to look for anything else. He didn't have to try to bargain with money to try to get him to pay so much money, because he was taking half of it from Elvis, so he had to get somebody to pay him enough so he could take half. And not only that, he felt comfortable staying there because he got to gamble every fucking day all day. Excuse my language. But that's what he did. And he had Elvis doing that for 5 or 6 years straight before he finally broke free of Las Vegas and then got to finally start touring, and then just died from being overworked. So we all have our issues with Tom about that. But the thing that I wanted to mention about Elvis overworking is some people don't realize, and I over time realized this, and it kind of puts a little bit of ease on me about Elvis overworking and not having any control, is I thought about how much Elvis gave away, all the money he gave away, the cars he gave away, the houses, the jewelry. He gave away $40,000 in one day to charities, to 40 different charities. He wrote $1,000 checks for them. They still have those checks today to prove that, just to show one of his giving deeds that he did. He would always give to charities. He bought that yacht. You guys know he got that yacht for that one charity. They wouldn't accept it because they couldn't do anything with it, and the other one accepted it, turned around and sold it for money. I'm not really sure what Elvis wanted them to do with it. Maybe he wanted them to use it. He expected they could use it for like a hospital and bedrooms, but it needed work done on it, and the yacht was only painted on the front of the boat. The whole back of the boat was all rusted and not painted up, and it didn't look new at all, and there was issues all on the inside. Elvis won it in an auction for a cheap, good price. So they couldn't really do anything with it without putting money into it. So what they did was turn around and sold it. I heard he was upset about that, but if you guys have watched my video of him giving the keys away to the yacht and in front of the yacht, just the front of it looks nice, and that's only the front. They only painted the front. The whole other side is not painted. So that's kind of crazy, but these are just examples of him giving a lot of money away. And it said at times that he didn't have money, that he had to borrow money because he gave so much away, and he bought so many expensive things that were not necessary. Because he was so poor his whole life, he just had to have this and that and this and that, and he didn't care what he spent for it. He didn't even try to get a bargain for anything. He never did. So if he spent money as fast as he made it, he knew he couldn't take it to the grave with him. He was 100% right. He didn't take a damn thing with him when he went down. You got to think, all these shows were paid for in advance. So Elvis spent that money as soon as he got it, way in advance. By the time these shows he was doing them, that money from that show in particular was gone. He spent it or gave it away. So he had to do those shows, sick or not. He had to do them. Unless, let me just say this, unless he was puking or something coming out the other end that he could not stand out there and sing, Elvis was making himself do those shows, either because the money was already gone or because he just could not disappoint his fans. That's who he was. And I don't even think that he realized he could push the shows back a day. Or maybe he realized, maybe he did, and he knew that it was going to push them all back an extra day, and he just didn't want to do that to his fans, or he just didn't realize he could push them back. And so he would make himself work sick as a dog. And if you've seen this, there's a clip on YouTube where he is sick. He's burning up with the flu. He runs off a stage to go throw up. Charlie takes over the act and starts doing a little act on stage and stuff. And so after that, Elvis was only supposed to do like 1 or 2 more songs and then leave. A total of 5 songs because he was sick as a dog. Elvis comes back out He finishes his song, does another one, and they go to close the curtain, and he pushes the curtain out of the way, steps under it, and says, "Pull that damn curtain back up. I'm not through yet." And then he completes the whole show with like 20-something songs, and even one of them he did twice. So this is just an example of Elvis not, like, working sick as a dog on his own, because either he spent the money or he just couldn't do that to his fans. So I'm not taking Tom's side at all. I agree with you guys on a lot of it. I absolutely think it's a horrible... I feel so bad that Tom was his manager, and now I feel even worse because I found out that he got connected with Tom from down here in Shreveport. So, and it was not the guy that announced him on stage. As we know, a lot of you know, Elvis spent 3 days a week, every month, down here in Shreveport on the Louisiana Hayride. He would come down every Saturday for 3 days out of the month, and then the other days, the other weekends, he was going to Arkansas and Mississippi and Texas and stuff. So he would make a complete circle. And if you've seen my tour video at the auditorium where he performed at 3 days a week for a year and a half here, that lady says it at the beginning of my video. They made a complete circle. But his very recording of being announced on stage down here, when he died, EPE immediately sued for that, and anybody that had a recording of him, they sued for it, and Shreveport would not hand over the recordings. I think EPE only got one of it. The rest of it you'll find are they're actually studio recordings. It's not the actual one of him being announced or singing on stage here. It's not. So they don't like talking about the Louisiana Hayride in the movies that they do. So I'm really hoping that they mention the Louisiana Hayride, because I want them to show that Elvis did all the hard work, that he busted his ass for a year and a half to get recognition when he was under Sun Studios, the only way that they could, by driving by car to advertise his album and himself. And that's what he did for a year and a half. He was here for a year and a half on the Louisiana Hayride, and when not here for that one weekend, he was in other states doing that. By the time Tom found him, Tom seen the girls' reactions of screaming and going crazy to Elvis. He already had those reactions. And Tom said, you know, was watching, and he's, as any intelligent businessman was, and this is where he was intelligent with it when it came to business and money and fooling people. He knew Elvis was going to be big, so he snatched him up. And the guy that had introduced him to Elvis from down here, I watched on a documentary the other day, he admitted to this. He said he called Tom for a businessman to help with Elvis's contract and money and stuff because of how big he was getting in Shreveport on the Louisiana Hayride. They wouldn't play his albums down here at the few places that they have where they played albums. They wouldn't do it because it was still the 50s. But he was big on the Louisiana Hayride, so they called Tom to help with management for that, and Tom called him back and said, I'm managing Elvis, not this contract. You know? So that's how he got stuck with Elvis. I feel bad that it happened from here, but it did. And Elvis never realized how big he was. He thought that Tom was the reason for his success, when really all he had to do was call somebody himself and say, if you want me on your show, give me this much money. Joe Esposito could have done it. Anybody could have done it and just mentioned Elvis's name and he would have had it. That's all Tom did, was call somebody and mention Elvis's name. And not too long after Elvis got on TV, everybody was calling to get Elvis in their show, in their studio, in their arena to perform. Tom didn't do much. So I really hope that in this movie they show this, because Elvis did all the hard work. He really, really did. And that's what I like to focus on my channel, is pointing that out, because it's something that he didn't realize, but he did. And I hope that they're able to find at least, if not all Elvises, one Elvis that can not only just look like him, but also dance like him, especially in the 50s. Some people may disagree. Some people may disagree that Kurt Russell didn't, I don't think that he danced too much like Elvis, and I also think that he overdid it. Some people think Kurt Russell moved exactly like Elvis and was really good. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't tell anybody else they're wrong, because there are opinions. They're not facts, they're opinions. So nobody please attack me over mine. Do not do that. I just think that he tried too hard, and I really hope that for at least the 50s Elvis, they're able to find somebody who can do all three, because they struggle with finding somebody who either looks like him and can dance and act, or they have somebody who can dance and act but looks nothing like him. Just like with the movie with Johnny Hara in it. Johnny Hara looked almost exactly like Elvis, they say, and then the other one could act but looked nothing like Elvis, and Johnny Hara couldn't act. They chose Johnny Hara. And he even got to do stuff that other people didn't do. He got to go up to the second floor of Graceland. He got to go into Elvis's bedroom. He got to lay in Elvis's bed. So did the girl that played Ginger. But they took that scene out. Johnny had said they took that scene out, but they ended up putting it back in. But they cut a lot of Johnny out. He really wasn't in the movie much at all. I haven't seen it myself. I've seen a lot of the one with Kurt Russell on YouTube. I think it was great. It had a great ending to it. It didn't show anything sad. It didn't show him dying. I've seen Elvis and Me. I don't like that she put a lot of crap in there about Elvis that she should have never said. Whether it's true or not, we don't know, because that's her story to what's supposed to be her memory. And then for her to go back and backtrack on it because she got a lot of hate from it. But just to even do that in general, when you're living mainly your income off of his name and being the ex-wife and the mother to his child, you just shouldn't put stuff like that in movies anyways. The series, the TV series she did in the 80s, there was 13 episodes of it. They're on YouTube too. I don't remember the name of that either. If you can put the name down for people who may not see it, please do. They were really amazing. Priscilla produced that. She did an amazing job on doing that. There were not enough views, so they canceled the show. And I think I couldn't understand it at first, but now I realize there wasn't. It's not like it is today. We didn't have all the stuff like we have on YouTube to watch and learn about Elvis, to want to know more, to want to be fans, to help gain more fans. They didn't do as much on TV about Elvis like they do the tributes all the time now, for people to be able to be more fans, for them to gain more fans for him. Why she hasn't tried to come out with a new TV series yet, I don't know, because that one was really good. I was actually really upset that it ended at 13 episodes, because it was really good. And the kid, Michael Street, who played Elvis, he not only looked a lot like a young Elvis, but he acted like Elvis really amazing, and was good with the dancing too. So I think personally she or somebody should come out with another TV series, because with the fans that he has today, it would not be canceled. And I personally would love to see a TV series. So I'm excited to see this movie, because I have only seen the bits and pieces of the one with Kurt Russell that they have on YouTube. I haven't seen the one with Johnny Hara in it. So I'm excited to see a new movie. One with Tom Hanks in it playing Tom Parker. Can't wait to see how that goes. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, for sure. And like I said, please don't attack me for me having my own opinions, but I'm excited for the new movie. I'm sure a lot of you are if you've already heard about it. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. I just really hope that they can find somebody who can at least play the 50s and dance like him, because that was the big time in his career where he danced the most. That's when he realized that his dancing, after he realized he was dancing, because he didn't know at first, his legs were shaking in nerves. So once he realized it was getting the girls' reaction and that his whole fan base was girls, he did it more and he got better at it. So I think that's very, very important time if they're going to pick somebody to dance, to find somebody who not just looks like him, but mainly can dance. It's okay if they don't look like him the most, but I think it's really important that they dance and move like him from that time, because that was a big time in his career when he did that. I haven't really gotten to see him do too many karate moves on YouTube. If you guys know of any clips, please share them in the links below of him doing karate moves in Las Vegas, because I haven't gotten to see any yet. I really haven't. And so I'm upset about that. I hear that he did a lot of moves, and I see like clips of them in documentaries and stuff, but I don't know what movie they're on to buy, and I haven't seen any clips on YouTube yet. So if you know any, please share them in the comments too. But I just wanted to mention this movie. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait for it to come out. I just hope they don't rush through the auditions trying to hurry up and get the money for the movie, because I know they're going to make big money off of it. A lot of people make money off of his name. They don't really have to do much but get up and say I work for EPE, or I'm related to Elvis, or something of that matter, just using his name. They make a lot of money, don't have to do much. So I really hope that they don't rush through these auditions. I also hope that nothing negative is put in there about him. It's been over 40-something years. Everybody's done put him down as much as they can. If you're going to make money off of him, you shouldn't be trying to put him down in a movie. So that's my main hopes, is that this movie turns out to be something that celebrates his memory, doesn't put him down, and they don't rush through it, and they really get some good actors who not only can play Elvis but understand him to where they can really connect with his character. So that's my main hopes for this movie. I'm excited about it, and I hope that you guys are excited about it. I'm sure a lot of you are. And also, I'll probably be doing a reaction video soon, so we'll see you guys later. Oh, there's one more thing I did want to mention before I get off of here. I did want to give a shout out to 2 people. One of them gave me a shout out yesterday. He was not expecting one in return, but I'm one of those people. If you do something for me, I'm going to do something for you. His channel name is Elvis Presley 00. He has commented on my channel on my last few videos quite a few times. If you can't find him, just go to those comments on the videos. You see his name, click on there. He does a lot of reaction videos of Elvis. He'll do anyone that you like and put your name in there as a shout out, especially if you're on a fan page. So definitely go check him out, because I'm not the only one that has a channel and does reaction videos or anything about Elvis, and he'll do anyone you want to see. And the other one I would like to mention is somebody who probably doesn't expect it, but I want to, because he's a really big fan, and he shares anything and everything that he has to do with Elvis, movie-wise, CD-wise, whatever he's got, he shares on YouTube on his channel. His name is Rossi1973. He's also commented on my videos before. The last one he commented on was my home footage that I did of Elvis, my very last one. He has a great channel. He shares all his stuff, and anything that you might not know of or don't have that you may be interested in buying, you'll definitely learn from his channel. So go check both of these guys out. Subscribe to their channels. And I hope you all are having a good day or a good night, or you had a good day. And I'll see you guys in my next video.